Idalia is expected to become a Category 3 or even Category 4 hurricane by the time it reaches Florida tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Matthew Wine is continuing to track the storm's every move and joins us now with the latest. Matthew.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very impactful storm and maybe even historic considering the region that it's going to be in. Let's talk about where it's at right now and then, of course, where it's heading. It has made its way fully out of the Caribbean, past Cuba, where they had the hurricane warnings down there earlier, but now have all expired. And it is just swirling out there in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, moving due north, just like we talked about. And in fact, we're starting to notice an eye form here on our tropical satellite. So it's becoming more and more apparent that it is going to be a very strong hurricane. Not just the models saying it, but now we've got that seen version of it on the satellite video there. So 100-mile-per-hour winds currently, gusts up to 120 miles per hour, and it will continue to strengthen, likely a Cat 3 by the time it makes landfall in the Big Bend and then make its way out into the Atlantic. And notice here, the longer that this time frame goes, the more uncertainty there is. That's why it comes kind of this big bulb at the end of there. That's indicating that either it's going to go further east or back toward land here. And you can notice that at the end of these spaghetti plots, very concentrated in the short term here, high concentration of those models right over the Big Bend, but then they spread out as they make their way back over the Atlantic, and it could turn back toward the Atlantic side of Florida. Now, as Mike was saying, this is an unprecedented event. It's not that Florida hasn't been hit by a major hurricane before. In fact, it's been hit 16 times by 14 different storms. I think it was Irma as well as Donna, yeah, that you see down here have hit it twice in the southern portions of the peninsula of Florida. But man, up here in the Big Bend and Appalachia Bay region, never seen a major hurricane, and they could see major impacts, not just from the winds like you're seeing here, but storm surge up to 15 feet in some places like Horseshoe Beach, up in Steinhatchee as well. And it's going to be an unprecedented event, at least in that term. Now, the tropical storm force winds are going to be concentrated again in the Big Bend region. The western side of a storm is usually significantly weaker, and you notice that here for southwest or southeast Alabama folks, we're expecting maybe a 5 to 10% chance for some tropical storm force winds, likely even lower than that. I think that the most likelihood of our highest wind gusts will be around 25 miles per hour in southeast Alabama, southwest Georgia, closer to that tropical storm force strength of 39 miles per hour at times. And the highest rainfall definitely going to be down in southwest Georgia, 2 to 4 inches there. For us further to the east in southeast Alabama, expecting probably a ½ inch to an inch at most in most places. Still, again, highest rainfall and winds in southwest Georgia. Severe weather not anticipated, meaning tornadoes are out of the picture here, but minimal power outages will be possible if branches fall on power lines. Mike.